Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting right now and give you my opinion on them. Today we're covering stories like ESPN's new streaming service that will allow you to stream ESPN's main channels without cable, without even a YouTube TV or Hulu and more. It's coming out faster than expected. We got full details about Bob Iger announced this week and more. Amazon's new home internet, it's a big step closer to becoming a reality. They've successfully completed some important early testing of it. We'll tell you what's happening here and when you can expect to buy internet from Amazon. And Dish and Sling TV are laying off a ton of employees. At least 500 have been laid off. We'll tell you why, what's happening there, how that impacts cord cutting overall. These stories and a whole lot more coming up. First though, hey, if you have a question you want me to answer in one of these videos, make sure to leave me a comment down below. Start it off with something like a question for Luke so I know it's for me. If you want to learn more about the stories I talk about, check out this first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each story there so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. And lastly, could you help us grow? Could you help us support our families? Just hit that subscribe button or hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so they recommend our videos to more people, helping us grow. With that said, let's dive into it. Starting off with ESPN will soon let you stream their main channels, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, and more, without needing cable TV or a streaming service from like YouTube TV. You can pay them directly. Now, we've known this is going to be happening for a while, but Bob Iger gave an update to CNBC this week, and in it, he said a few interesting things. One, they're still close to partnering with a tech company. We've heard for a while that Verizon and Apple TV Plus could be one of those tech companies they partner with. Will that be a partnership or a sale? We still don't know. He didn't talk anything about the reported sale part of ESPN to like NFL, NBA, etc. We'll see how that goes. But he did say the date has been moved up to 2025. Originally it was reported as 2025 or 2026, but we'd heard because of the rapid growth of cord cutting that Disney was looking to move that up. Now they're looking at 2025. That could definitely change again. It could move up, could move back. A lot of it depends on how cord cutting is happening. If cord cutting continues to accelerate and grow faster than planned, they'll probably roll that out much faster than earlier reported. So we're going to keep a very close eye on this, but ESPN will soon be available to stream without. Now, 2025 may seem a long ways away, but that could be just 13, 14 months from now. We could see that in January 2025. It'll be here before you know it. All right, Amazon's home internet, they're launching a home internet service from space, very similar to SpaceX's Starlink, which will offer competition to Starlink for your rural Americans, but also internet from all over the world. Their plan is a worldwide internet network. They have put recently some satellites up into space to test them out, and yesterday I should say, today when I'm recording this in the evening, they announced that they've successfully completed some of the early testing, including one of the most important. They have a custom-built maneuvering thrusters that move these satellites around to help them get into proper orbit, keep them in orbit, and do other things. They've successfully tested those. It appears that all early testing of the Amazon home internet satellites, which will also serve businesses and more, has been successful, and they are still targeting 2024 for beta testing, 2025 for public internet. So again, we could be as much as 14 months or so away from seeing high-speed internet sold from Amazon publicly. Early beta testers are expected in late 2024. But, hey, I love it. Studies have repeatedly shown more competition drives down the price of internet, more importantly, puts pressure to drop data caps. Starlink has been huge to bring internet to many people who have not had good internet options out there. Now, Amazon also brings competition to that. I love competition. Again, maybe help do it. They've been very clear that they want to be very affordable. There's been multiple reports that they intended to be cheaper than SpaceX Starlink. We'll see how that battle all plays out. I'd love to see a price war in that. All right, Bally Sports could stop airing MLB games after the 2024 season. So Bally Sports has reached a deal with its debtors to allow it to continue to operate through the MLB 2024 season. Now, MLB is pushing for a deal right now to figure out what's happening. And Bally Sports has said, hey, we can keep going through the 2024 season right now. This would give you plenty of time if we fail after that to go find new TV partners before the start of the 2025 season. Now, this needs to be approved by judge. Now, the debtors are trying to work this out. I'll be honest, there's a real possibility Bally Sports could go under at any time. This is a very precarious situation for Bally Sports as they're trying to get their debtors on board, get the leagues on board, and more. Remember, NBA recently struck a deal that renewed its contract with Bally Sports, or altered its contract, may be a better way to say it. So at the end of the current season, so next year when this NBA season ends, all the teams' contracts at Bally Sports have come to an end. Now, are they going to renew it? Are they not going to renew it? We'll have to see. It's very possible that by the end of 2024, all the MLB teams have lost their contracts with Bally Sports. If that happens, I would say as a non-professional lawyer or anything, or bankruptcy specialist, whatever, it would probably be extremely difficult for Bally Sports to continue without Major League Baseball, without NBA. We'll see. They'll still have the NHL, but they still got to strike a deal there. And it sounds like a deal could be coming very soon. Of course, they've been still airing the games, but they need to strike a deal to continue. We'll have to see how it plays out. But Bally Sports in a very dangerous position. Creditors seem to be giving them a little bit more time to get through at least the MLB 2024 season. We'll see how that plays out. All right, if you ever wonder why cable TV and streaming services keep getting more expensive, well, one of the big reasons is local stations. According to a study out there from the American Television Alliance, the cost of local television broadcasting fees has gone up 5,359% since 2016 through 2019. Where in 2016 they got $200 million in retransmission fees. In 2019 it was $11.7 billion, and that's much higher now. And they're all talking about how they're getting more and more money, and they think they deserve more and more money, especially if Bally Sports goes under and they start airing the games. So one of the big things you have to remember is Comcast. Their bill, on top of the advertised price, includes a $30 broadcast television fee. If you add in the RSN fees, that's over $40 for broadcast television, which is ABC, NBC, Fox, and more, and your RSN. On top of the advertised price, these $70, $90 prices, well, you got to add $40 to that, plus device rental fees and more. So very interesting to see so much happening with that. But always remember, when you're wondering why prices keep going up, it's because a lot of times the content companies are demanding more money from these services. So we'll keep a close eye on that. All right, a lot to go through, so let's kind of run through a bunch of these real quick, and I won't go too far into it. Peacock is reportedly putting a lot of effort into sports. Comcast reportedly thinks that sports is what's going to turn Peacock profitable. They're losing billions. And it actually was kind of funny. Warner Brothers Discovery CEO kind of didn't name Peacock, but kind of threw some shade at them, mentioning how he doesn't understand how some streaming services are losing billions of dollars and can continue, and how that will make their parent companies really struggle through this transitional period. Some truth in that, but I thought it was kind of interesting. He's still losing money, but I will say Max and Discovery Plus reportedly has a plan, they say, to become break even and profitable very soon. We'll see what happens there. Roku's Black Friday sale was announced yesterday for Walmart. Now, these are Walmart exclusives. They have a Roku Premier streaming player for $19 for sale right now, and a Roku Ultra LT, which is as powerful as the standard Roku Ultra out there, with a slightly different features out there with it. I believe this one includes no Ethernet ports and more, but for $34, you can buy a brand new Roku Ultra LT at Walmart. So again, some minor changes there, but for $34, it's probably the most powerful streaming player under $40 right now. I'll have to look at some specs to see that, because I think there's the Roku Fire TV Stick 4K, but I think the Roku Ultra may still be technically more powerful. I don't know. Somebody leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of that. But if you want to find those deals, check out the links down in the show notes. I have a link to that. Really good deals out there. All right, Netflix has shut down its DVD service, while DVD.com, which Netflix owns, was their home for that. They've launched a series of mini documentaries on it about the history of Netflix DVDs and DVDs in general. It's kind of cool. It's free. If you head over to DVD.com, Netflix has a special right there where you can watch it, relive your memories again, DVDs. I fondly remember dropping the discs in the mail and eagerly kind of like, come on, Netflix, faster, faster, I want the next disc. Streaming is a better experience, but I do understand that streaming sometimes doesn't have everything we want. All right, YouTube TV is rolling out an update to Roku that brings one of the most requested features out there. I always found this feature strange that people really wanted, but they wanted a clock. And YouTube TV added it to the Google TV app a while back, but now on the guide in the top left-hand corner is a Roku on the Roku is a clock for your YouTube TV guide, so you can know what the current time is as you check out what's happening. So if you really wanted a clock, make sure you update your Roku to get the latest YouTube TV update. If you don't manually update, it'll update in the next 24 hours or so. But it's also included a bunch of bug fixes and minor improvements of many things. They didn't fully list all the new features with it, but really nice to see some of those improvements coming to the YouTube TV app there. And lastly, the Roku channel and UFC have announced a partnership to launch a docu-series called Fight Inc. Inside UFC. UFC has become wildly popular. They've really grown in the last few years. And now the Roku channel is going to give you a free look behind the scenes there. Well, that's it. Normally I would do a question here, but I didn't find any really good questions. I only had one and I answered it in the comments. But if you have a question, make sure you start your comment with a question for Luke or something like that, so I know it's a question for the videos. Leave me a question down in the comments down below. I'll answer your question on Monday. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. Thank you for your support. We're well on track to get close to our goal of 100 or 250,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Slightly ambitious, I won't lie. That's an ambitious goal. We're going to have a very good end of the year, but maybe you can help us. Share our videos. If you haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate it. Until Monday, I'll probably have a special over the weekend. We'll see. But until Monday, I'll see you again for another Cord Cutting Today. Take care, everybody.